Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're tuned in to the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. We had a couple more big matchups this weekend as your UCCS Mountain Lions traveled all the way down to CSU Pueblo to play the Thunderwolves. And for the women's game, what was a matchup of first place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. So a lot riding on the line. Charlie, your favorite place to go get t-shirts?
He got hockey pucks this time. We always leave with a souvenir in CSU Pueblo, apparently, because he got hockey pucks this time.
I did take a hockey
What is with this dream team of UCCS broadcasting?
You're telling me
all
if you
this
didn't
apparel.
have a really cool foam hockey puck, you wouldn't take it?
But a t-shirt that says Thunderwolves, I would not. So I...
But they both say Thunderwolves. It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Charlie Broderick. You know what? It was a good game.
Let's talk about the game. Let's not talk about all the swag you're getting.
We'll do
from
our
Pueblo.
stuff later. But, you know, it was a good game.
Was it? Was it, Charlie?
Here's the thing. Here's what I think was the... Yes, it was a rough game for the Mountain Lions.
Analyze
Wait, it was a good game or a rough game? Pick one.
Analyze it, man.
It was a rough game.
Okay, it was a rough game.
You know, I think it just didn't start out well. Tori Fisher got 2 quick fouls, had to go to the bench, sit most of the first half, and Mountain Lions really relied on the redshirt freshman Anna Schwecke. And yes, Anna Schwecke, we've talked about her a lot. She's a great post player, and you know she was going up against one of the best post players in the RMAC against Molly Roy.
It's a tough match.
You know, she really did held her own though. She got a couple blocks, but it just seemed like CSU Pueblo is just comfortable in the Masari Arena. You know, it just seemed like they couldn't hit anything. You see the final score there, 70-49, and the Mountain Lions just had a little bit of a rough go at it, and it didn't seem like the Mountain Lions. It didn't seem like the team that we saw from New Mexico Islands to CSU Pueblo.
I agree. It looked like a totally different team from Friday night into Saturday night. Spencer, you were there. You were watching the action.
Yeah.
What's your take? Brittany Hernandez really got held in that game. Not her best game.
Not her
We're going to
best
say
game.
that.
That's right.
I mean, it was obvious what the game plan was for the Thunderwolves. We're going to lock down Brittany
and then double team immediately.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even triple team
Yeah,
at
you saw a
times.
couple,
I was watching the game online. Yeah, some triple teams even. It was a tough outing for Brittany.
Well, let me tell you that and it wasn't just Brittany. This is one of those games we want to put behind us and never look at. And I'm going to use one of Mac Buckley's finest words. They were just in a funk. I don't know what was going on that night.
F-U-N-K.
F-U-N-K. There was some funk going around because as we talked about it, when Brittany was able to draw those double and triple teams, it was going to leave more options open. That plan is only going to work if other people are able to put it in the hoop.
Right.
It wasn't a great shooting night for them as well. The turnovers were too high. There wasn't a lot of talking on the court. It wasn't a great night for them. And it happens. That's sports. It happens to everybody, no matter where you're from. This is just a game the girls want to put behind them, and I think they're ready to do that. They're not ready to let this affect their season. This is their first loss in the conference. They should be proud of that. You're not proud
Second
of
loss in the conference.
In the conference. Okay, so you're right. Second loss in the conference.
First loss
But you're
in,
still
what,
second.
7 games?
And it was a matchup of first place, and we're still in second place. We haven't lost anything.
Which, honestly,
and I get it.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Just
No,
because
not at
we're still
all.
nipping at the hills at CSU Pueblo. We've seen them before, and now there's a little bit more of that motivation. I mean, if there isn't any more subplots to CSU Pueblo and UCCS, add another one because it just seems like, okay, and you saw it, and Mac Buckley did talk to Jen Veal after the game, and
Correct.
she did do well with that interview, but, you know, seeing those girls after the game, they're very hard on themselves. They were very disappointed, and they knew that they could play better, and now, you know, these two teams could see each other either in the RMAC tournament or just in the RMAC tournament. They can't see each other.
I do. I mean, I think there's a positive and a negative. The negative is totally when it comes to the RMAC championship. I don't think we want to go back there. I don't think we want to go back there to play that. You know, CSU Pueblo would probably host unless we beat them or they take a loss, and we put ourselves in that. However, we did see, and it was an enlightening time for the women's basketball team. They were rolling on a 6-win streak. They hadn't lost at home in 13 games. They felt the fire under their belt, and they just got a little reality check is all I think that happened. They're going to come out next weekend when we travel, and we head to Gunnison and do that. They're going to be fine. We haven't shaken anything up. Nothing's being a setback. Like Coach Limplett isn't looking at it as a bad thing. It was a loss.
But
it happens.
You also give some credit to CSU Pueblo because their defensive scheme was very good. You know, they started double team Brittany and make the Mountain Lions shoot from 3 and let them kill them from 3. The Mountain Lions just had a rough shooting night.
Absolutely.
Every team goes through it, but just, you know, it seemed like the Masari Arena has always been a tough place to play. And that's for the Mountain Lions team, that's for everybody. Yeah. Just because the crowd comes, you know, shooters say, the rims are, I don't know. It's just, it's a tough place to play.
They have rims?
I was going to sound,
you have rims, you have glass, we don't know what to do.
scientific, but it's cool.
It's like it's not even basketball.
It was a tough game, though. Yes.
Absolutely.
And I believe, like you said, they're going to put this one behind us and work harder in practice, because that's what this team does.
Certainly a tough loss for your Mountain Lions as they fell 70-49. That was the final score. I want to get the take of our very own Mac Buckley, who was there calling the action there with you, Charlie, doing play-by-play. Mac, can you hear me?
Yes, MJ, loud and clear, sir. Thank you for asking.
Mac, let's get your thoughts on that game. A tough matchup against CSU Pueblo. Not the prediction or outcome we had hoped for. We were talking last Thursday. We thought it'd be a close game, even predicted an overtime matchup. Didn't quite happen that way. Mac, what are your thoughts on that loss to CSU Pueblo?
Well, first off, MJ, you're 100% correct. My overtime prediction definitely fell short there. Really was pulling for him, but unfortunately, guys said a couple of key things just bouncing off of there. The shooting, it just did not go well. And, talking to Brittany Hernandez on Friday night, she didn't have the night she wanted on Friday night because she didn't make those first couple shots. And then Saturday night just was having a real tough time. You guys are saying double team. When I was watching the game, I saw triple team, if not 4 defensive players on her in the paint. Because, well, if you want to go technical terms, yeah, I mean, sure. We can but if you want to say 4 players on her, that's okay too, I think. So, I mean, the biggest thing was when they threw 4 players on her, Brittany can't watch all those people. And I believe Anderson was able to come up behind one time and just grab the ball out of her hands, literally, because Brittany's trying to look around, find a player that's open, find a lane, and literally could not do that. I mean, CSU Pueblo just really had her number that night. And then, so she was really tough. I mean, and then overall, the Mountain Lions just didn't shoot the way they wanted to. They went to the free throw line 20 times, only able to knock down at 50% shooting there. So, I mean, definitely a struggle. And talking to Jen Vigil, talking to Kristen Vigil, both sisters, say that they just really struggle in that gym. I mean, but when they knock down a couple of threes, it looks like they're doing good, and then all of a sudden they're not hitting. So it was just unfortunate to see how well that CSU Pueblo was able to capitalize on those mistakes from the Mountain Lions, and just unfortunate day to be a Mountain Lion fan too.
Splash Sisters having a rough go at the Masari Arena on Saturday night. Mac, I want to get your thought on this. With that kind of loss, is it that CSU Pueblo is that good, or did UCCS not show up in the way that they planned on? Did they have an off night, or is there really that kind of discrepancy between the top team in the RMAC and the number 2 team in the RMAC, which is our UCCS Mountain Lions?
MJ, solid question, sir. A couple things to put on the background, though, before we jump into that. Background-wise, CSU Pueblo undefeated, like you just mentioned, but at home, they're on the longest streak right now, as well as the Mountain Lions, for trying to keep that win streak at home. So that contests a lot about what the coach is doing with that program, and as far as how big CSU Pueblo has been. Also, 2016 RMAC tournament champions. So they're coming off some heat, man. They got some huge confidence there. They're just rocking and rolling so far this season in the Masari Arena and just can't be stopped. So when they have that confidence, they have such good poise and just control. They really, Charlie mentioned it, they couldn't be shaken in that home arena. They had the crowd at their back. Now, MJ, I got to ask you a question. It'd be a whole different ballgame if you were on the PA and hosting the game here at Gallagher Event Center, I must say.
Well, I appreciate that, Mac, very much. Hoping to get some playoff action this season as the Mountain Lions certainly in contention to host a first-round RMAC playoff game. Mac, before we let you go, final thoughts on the weekend for the UCCS women's basketball team this past weekend. Overall takeaway from the team going 1-1 on the road at Las Vegas, New Mexico, and then at CSU Pueblo.
Unfortunately, MJ, this is the second road trip. Mountain Lions went 1-1, and Coach Plett is really just, trying to build this program, trying to, make success here as a brand new coach, putting in a new system. So I think that says a lot. They're able to hop on their own. Yeah, we thought on paper they were going to get that win against New Mexico Highlands University. Really was hoping, really pulling for that win at CSU Pueblo, knowing how the strong post presence is. But overall, on the weekend, I think it was a good learning experience for the Mountain Lions. They're really finding their own. They're really feeling comfortable at home, but they got to get comfortable on the road. They need to feel comfortable in other people's gyms and to get used to the booze, I guess, if that's okay to say there. But, it's unfortunate that they weren't able to grab that win and on the road. I think they're still learning a little bit, just being, a different team this year with only 3 seniors.
Absolutely, Mac. I agree 100%. A good learning game for the Mountain Lions, and a couple of things got exposed to help UCCS learn what they can improve upon for the final stretch of the regular season. Mac, really appreciate your insight, really appreciate your time. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, though, we got a post-game interview from Mac Buckley meeting up with head coach Lynn Plett. So that's going to be playing in our next segment. We're going to take a quick break, come back for that post-game interview with head coach Lynn Plett. We'll be back right after this.
It starts here, Colorado. This is where you make your stand. No more maybe laters or I just don't feel like it. Your journey to a healthier place begins today. Whatever your path, you'll be living the life of I will, not I can't. You'll scale your highest mountains, seek the path of most resistance, and seize not just the day, but every day. It's time to begin your journey to a healthier place. And it starts here, Colorado.